Good evening, it's Sean from Westville. I'm going to talk to you about Green Deal Cashback, link to the Green Deal a little bit, and also I want to talk a bit about charities and communities and that sort of stuff. So, Green Deal, it's not got off the blocks as much as government or indeed anybody would like, really. The concept of it is great. What's happened is there's been a lot of Green Deal advice reports produced, generally to be used for grant funding. The message that's behind them about these are different measures that you can have. Green Deal Advice Report will tell you about different heating systems, TRVs, draft proofing, energy saving light bulbs, insulation of all sorts, floors, roofs, walls, etc. People have missed that bit. So what's happening is the Green Deal is a big scheme that's got big plans and big goals, and to put some more focus back on it, the government is using a Green Deal cashback incentive. So what this means is it's not actually a loan itself, it's purely cashback. It's a donation, if you like, towards the cost of measures that you haven't installed, or a cashback against what you've paid for them. So you can get cashback on a lot of different things. You can get it on draft proofing, you can get it on super efficient doors, you can get it on insulation, you can get it on new boilers, heating, linked things. Now, to do this, you need to work with a Green Deal approved installer after you've got a Green Deal advice report, and you need to be working with somebody that's got links to a Green Deal provider. So it's all about driving activity through the supply chain, raising the focus of the Green Deal, and hopefully getting some good news stories out there where people have taken advantage and seen the good side of using the Green Deal. With the opportunities that are there, so with Westville, we're quite focused around solid wall insulation. We can do any sort of insulation, we can facilitate boilers, all the things that you can get through Green Deal cashback, but let's just talk about solid wall insulation. So the grants for this have been decimated, is the best word to use going forward. So there was an incentive in place which is still there called ECO. The solid wall funding has been significantly reduced from April onwards. Green Deal cashback is kicking in as of now, and it's been actually increased on solid wall insulation from £650. You can now get £4,000 of cashback after you've had your solid wall insulated to the right sort of standards past 2030, etc. Now, to get that £4,000 of cashback, it needs to be a job that's worth £6,000 or more. So if you've got a smaller property in particular, mid-terrace, end-terrace, small semi-detached, that sort of thing, so you've got a job that might be anywhere between £5,000 and £7,000 anyway, that £4,000 will kick in at £6,000, so it needs to be 2/3 of the value of the quote. If you have a quote for £4,000, you'll get £3,000 of cash back. So it's a really good offer, and it's capped at £4,000, but even with that, if you've got some people out there, there's some great projects going off, people are rendering properties, spending a lot of money on them. We've been dealing with people that have spent a significant amount of money on their own properties. £4,000 towards it is certainly not something you should turn your nose up at. So we're right behind it. We've got people already lined up to take advantage of it. There's people that should look into this as a way of funding the works. And again, remembering that on larger properties, you can be saving up to £500 a year. So if you think about that as about £40 odd a month off of your heating bills alone. We've had stories in the last few weeks of people that have reduced card meter payments by £40 a week. A really good friend of mine has reduced their direct debit by £70 a month, and their properties look great as well. They've had a nice facelift with the work that we've done on them, but the reason you're insulating them is to make them cosier, better to live in, but you're looking to reduce your heating bills. So that's what we do, it's what we've always done. It's something that can help everybody, plus it's saving the planet a little bit as well. Now, linked to that, something that we want to do, and I'm quite passionate about doing the right sort of thing, about trying to do things for bigger communities, smaller communities. So a little community that I'm quite close to, dear to my heart, is young men, and the reason I'm quite close to that is because I've got three sons. Two of them are 118, 116, 113. We're going to start linking into a charity called Ball Boys. Now, Ball Boys is very focused on, in a fun way, getting the message across about the threats of testicular cancer and making sure young men are examining themselves, not afraid to talk about it, not embarrassed about it, it's not taboo. The website's good fun. It's done in a way that teenage boys will find humorous, hopefully. It does use all the words that I shouldn't really probably use on a video blog, but it's in there and it's talking about. So what we're going to do with Westfield, we're going to link in with Ball Boys. All the stuff that we're promoting those as our chosen charity. We'll be donating to them for all the Green Deal cashback stuff that we do. So I want to sort of raise the profile of both. More stuff about Green Deal so people are aware of it, how they can add value to the home, how they can reduce heating bills, how they can save energy. And at the same time, let's talk about this Ball Boys charity and make sure that testicular cancer is not something you can necessarily prevent. It's all about spotting it early. There's a very, very high percentage of people that will survive with something like this as long as it's spotted early. Everybody can be cured as long as people know about it. So it's very much about awareness and making sure it's constantly spoken about to people who live their lives day to day and generally forget about things quite quickly. Unless it's about Dad, can you lend me some more money? Or Dad, you owe me some money. But that's another story for another day. So, Green Deal cashback, really good incentive, a good piece of news coming out of the government. At some other point I'll tell you about other things that I don't think have been such good news, but this is a good incentive to drive a good scheme, and there's some opportunity there just to raise some more awareness. So ballboys.org.uk is their website to look at as well. Alright, we'll chat some more another time.